Hi guys, it's Amy from Nail Polish Baby 90 and welcome to today's video. Today I'm here with a Harry Potter video. We haven't done one of these in a while, so I thought it would be a good opportunity to look through and see what Harry Potter polishes we are yet to talk about. If you haven't seen any of the videos in this series, I will link the playlist down for you below. But it's basically a series where we talk about Harry Potter polishes and their relations to the books and whether we think that the polishes really demonstrate what their inspiration is. As you can see behind me, I have quite a lot of Harry Potter memorabilia up here. So yeah, let's get going. We have two from Stella Chroma, and I have pretty much all of the Stella Chroma Harry Potter polishes that she has available right now. There is some from the archives that I don't have, but I have quite a lot from Stella Chroma. So the first one is one that she did from like a ladies of Harry Potter collection that I have maybe one other one for, and this one is called His Chosen One, and this is representing Ginny Weasley. So it is like a creamy kind of base with a ton of very dainty gold sparkles in here. Now Ginny to me has always been kind of like a, I don't want to be horrible here, like a blandish character to me. She was kind of there as the love interest for Harry, but she wasn't a super interesting character, if that makes sense. I'm throwing tons of shade Ginny's way. I don't know, I never was really, for me, I never really loved their love connection in it. And other people out there may think differently, but for me, I never really, I knew Harry had to have a love interest and it wasn't going to be Hermione, because obviously Hermione was going to end up with Ron. So I guess that, I don't know. So to me this kind of fits her because it's not super jazzy and it's not super in your face. It's quite dainty and subtle and a beautiful like background piece. And I kind of think that's what Ginny is in it. She's a nice character. She's nothing too in your face. She doesn't steer the story hugely in my opinion, but she's a nice addition to the books and to the films. So yeah, we'll kind of give that one a go because like I say, it's a nice pretty polish and Ginny's a pretty girl. So that first one there was Stella Chroma, His Chosen One. The next one is from a Polish pickup box, and this one is called I Suspect Nargles, and I'm guessing that in the video, I'm not sure actually, maybe I've already done that one. This did come in a duo, which was a kind of like a Luna Lovegood duo, and this is obviously the thing that she's always going, I suspect Nargles. And the idea with Nargles is they can be, I guess, whatever you want. People don't really think that they exist, I think, to a certain extent. People think she's a bit of a crazy one when it comes to these. So this is like a really ethereal type colour, really magical, really wistfully, kind of like, I can imagine like, you know when they cast a spell, you kind of get a cast back of it. It's kind of this sort of colour where it's a silvery base, but then there is tons of little bits and flecks of shimmer in there, so it's a bit of like an aurora kind of look to it. So it's super magical, super mysterious, and again it's more of a subtle polish. And for the fact that Luna goes on about Nargles so much, I kind of think that this matches that pretty well. So this one is I Suspect Nargles, and those were the two Stella Chromas. We then have two Lyn B Designs, and she does a lot of Harry Potter polishes and there's a lot in stock on the website, so definitely check them out if you like any of these. The first one is the third one from the Unforgivable Spells trio that she has, and this one is Pain, which is obviously Crucio, that is demonstrated in the films quite strongly when they, it's like a crab or a spider or something that they do Crucio on, and it just makes the person who you're doing the spell on in excruciating pain. So one of them was black with green, one of them was black with blue, and this one is the black with red. And red tends to be kind of like a painful, like the blood kind of aspect to it. So I think this one, they all fit their spells very nicely, and like I say, that last one there is Pain. We then have Aquamenti, and this is from her second spells collection that she did, and this is obviously the water spell, so perfectly it's a blue colour. There's also a ton of flakies in there which kind of make it a bit almost like tidal to me, not like a running stream but more like an ocean type look to it. So again, anything that's going to be blue and water-like is going to be perfect for Aquamenti because that is what the spell does. So that was Aquamenti, and those were the two Lyn B Designs. I have two from Lollipop Posse, and like I said, there was another half to the Luna one, and this one is a distinct aura of Dottiness, which is a perfect description of Luna herself. And Luna and this polish is a blue base. periwinkle blue base, and then there is a ton of opalescent flakies in there plus a blue flash to it. To me, I do always associate Luna as blue or blue purple, just because that's kind of the tones of colours that she wears a lot, and she's a Ravenclaw, which is blue, so whenever I think of Luna I think of blue. So for me this is a great polish. It's also very magical looking and a little bit unique and different, so definitely a good match for Luna. But like I say, what you want for Luna for me is just being blue. So that one is a distinct aura of Dottiness, but that was a Polish pickup exclusive, so possibly won't be able to get that anymore. And that was the first Lollipop Posse. The second Lollipop Posse is from this year's Cast a Spell box, which I believe is the first year that they've taken part, and they picked Riddikkulus. And this is quite a nice one because it is a bit of a shifty polish, and I guess with Riddikkulus you're turning one thing into another. So you're turning the boggart, which is something that you fear, into something that is funny. So the fact that it's almost got a bit of a shifty, chameleon-y kind of look with those flakies is a good, I guess, counterbalance of describing a changing polish and a changing spell. I really like the blue base, and I think that the flakies in most polishes that are Harry Potter based, you get a lot of flakies, and I think it's just because they add such a magical extra quality to them. So another one that I really enjoyed, that one was Riddikkulus. I do have quite a lot of spell polishes now, so I do almost try to not buy polishes if I already have that spell done. And I think Glam Polish is about to come out with some more Harry Potter potions and spells, so I will definitely be picking up a few of those. I haven't seen the names of them yet, but if there's any that I don't have already, I will probably pick them up. But I try not to repeat the spells because I know I can't buy every Harry Potter polish, and for a while I was really trying to, but now I've come to the realisation that I can't have them all. So that's one way that I try and cut back if I can. We then have one Night Owl lacquer, and then we move on to a ton of rogue lacquers. So this Night Owl lacquer, sorry, I have Andy on my lap. I don't know if you can just about see little hands here. She's reaching for the polish. So this is another, do you want to show it to them? Because you seem to be very good at that. You show it? No? You're sad now? No. So this is another one from the Cast a Spell box from this year, and this one is Wingardium Leviosa, and I really like this one as well. They are all kind of bluey purpley tones in that box, and I think that all the spells are just really magical looking with the super large flakies, and the flakies in this one, you show them girl, are enormous. So it's kind of like a purpley base with a blue flash, and then there's also those huge opalescent glitters in there. And again, Wingardium Leviosa to me is always a blue in my mind. I don't know if that's what colour comes out at the end of the wand when they show it, or maybe because you're showing it to them again because of the the feathers that they lift initially in the first time they do the spell in Flitwick's class. I don't know, just to me it's blue. So blue purple kind of works for me here. So that was Wingardium Leviosa from Night Owl Lacquer, and our little assistant wants it back. The last four are all rogue lacquers, and Rogue Lacquer through Hella Handmade Creations is doing a Fantastic Beasts series. So this is obviously a little bit of a crossover. These are beasts and creatures that are found more specifically with Newt Scamander in the Fantastic Beasts series, and in the book that J.K. Rowling did. There was like a little extra book which came out for like Red Nose Day or something years ago, and I do have it, and it was Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. So these four are I have more. These are four of those creatures, so I'm going to put up a picture of the creature because that might help you as well with the references, but like I say, we have four of them. The first one we have is a Thunderbird, and as you can kind of see, it is a bird, like more of like an eagle hybrid, and it is this kind of sandy golden colour with its feathers, and like I say, sand is probably the best way to describe this, where you are getting like a beigey base with almost like a red fine scattering of little tiny specks. They're not really glitters, they're not really flakes, they're kind of in between there, and it just gives you kind of like this feathery look. And if you can see from the picture of the beast compared to this, it matches it almost identically. So that first one there was a Thunderbird. We then have Occamy, and Occamy is again like a snake bird hybrid, and it is this beautiful colour where in the bottle as well it is a dark blue, but then there is a multi-chrome element to it and a kind of scale like, which matches again this weird snake bird hybrid mixture. And again, I think because it's a lot easier if you're doing a reference to something that you've got a visual aid of, and where you've got the potions and the spells and even the characters, you have a little bit of artistic license, and that's what why it's really good and really interesting for me to do these videos, because we can have like an open discussion on what we think. But I think that Occamy and all of these fit it really well. So that next one there was Occamy. We then have Pickett, and Pickett is I don't know what breed of animal Pickett is. I probably should have googled that, but I don't know where I've put my phone down somewhere before I started filming, and I don't know where it is, but I will try. Obviously Pickett is a character that Newt has like in his pocket, but he's like almost like a little like stick man leaf creature. I'm not sure what breed. Pickett is, I think, the name of the one that lives in his pocket, opposed to the breed of animal itself. But it's almost like a little green leaf creature, so therefore this like lime green leafy colour matches it really well. There's also a bit of glitter and a bit of sparkle in there as well, just to like oomph up the magicalness. But again, another great one, and like I said, that one there was Pickett. And the last one that we have is Demiguise, and Demiguise is kind of like a, I want to say more like a monkey type creature, and I believe that the Demiguise goes invisible as well. So the Demiguise, you can kind of see, it's kind of like a grey blue tint to its fur. So the base here is like a grey tint, and then we have a very strong blue flash, and we have tons of super large shard glitters in here. So it kind of captures the colour and the texture of the animal itself, the Demiguise, but then it also adds on, I guess, the element that it disappears and it's invisible at times. So again, a really great match, but like I say, they have a good reference place to start. The last one of the video there was Demiguise, and that is one of the other ones from Rogue Lacquer. So that is all from this video for Harry Potter polishes. Like I say, leave me comments back down below. Let's talk Harry Potter in the comments, plus leave me any Potter polishes that you've seen that you don't think I own. I will link the playlist down below in case you haven't seen any of my other videos in this series. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you soon.